We're going to turn our attention now to schools. Every school in England will have a defibrillator, believe it or not, by the end of the next academic year.
And so they should. This comes after a 10-year-long campaign led by Mark King. Now, here's the story of Mark. He had a 12-year-old son, Oliver. Oliver suffered cardiac arrest while competing in a swimming race, and this was 11 years ago in Liverpool.
So what does our doctor make of it all, and how easy are they actually to use? Let's ask Dr Sarah Kite. Very good morning to you.
Hey, Sarah.
Look, the thought of packing your kid up into school and then something awful happening to them whilst they're there is every parent's nightmare. This is one step in the direction to making sure more lives can be saved.
Absolutely. And actually, whilst cardiac arrests are rare in children, unfortunately, every year in the UK, over 200 cardiac arrests occur in children whilst at school. So I think it is so important that we do get defibrillated.
I could have said, not just children, staff.
Absolutely.
As well, people passing by, somebody out in the street outside, a worker coming into the school, a caretaker, whatever it happens to be. But it's those sort of things that it's like saying you wouldn't have a first aid box, you wouldn't have bandages at school or sticking plasters or whatever. I mean, it's better having it than not having it.
Absolutely, better to have it than not to. And as you say, if we can get them in enough places, then enough people will be saved, because they do save lives.
Except here's my question. Right, so say it happened and I knew where the defibrillator was, I would be worried that I wasn't doing it right.
Terrifying,
it's a bit terrifying. Somebody's life literally in your hands.
Somebody's dying in front of you and you've got volts coming from both hands. How much harm can you do, and how foolproof are the actual kits?
They are extremely simple to use. Anybody can use them. You do not need to have training. I've used the hospital-based ones. I haven't had to use a defibrillator in...
So how would, show me, I will stand here, show me if you had this defibrillator in your hand, where does it touch my body, or where
So there's going to be two pads, and the instructions are on the box.
So you've got a grip on these pads?
No, there's no grip. It's sticky pads, and you just stick them on.
Yeah.
Stand back, press the button.
Stick them on where? Stick them on where?
The instructions are all on there, but it'll be roughly in this kind of this here and here, roughly.
Don't worry, you can touch me. It's fine. You're saving my life.
Okay, I'm trying.
Right.
And follow the instructions. There'll actually even be a picture on there that you can follow to see exactly where it goes.
Yeah.
And you cannot give a shock to somebody inappropriately.
Can you not?
It will only ever shock someone if the rhythm that it analyses is shockable. So you cannot hurt somebody with it.
Yeah.
That's amazing to know.
So you find somebody on the floor, unresponsive, whatever, you call 999, you start CPR, you get somebody to fetch you that defibrillator, you switch it on, stick on the pads, follow the instructions. That's all you have to do.
And the sooner the better that you get that onto somebody when they're having a heart attack, presumably.
Absolutely, yeah. Minutes, seconds count.
How much maintenance needs to be done? I don't know if you know the answer to this, but can they come out of date? I mean, I could just imagine this false sense of security of having a defibrillator in school, but, you could imagine a crisis unfolding and then, no one's opened the box for 3 years.
No one's plugged it in.
To charge it or anything like that.
They do get calibrated and ensured that they are still working on a regular basis.